All right, what up, everyone? We're gonna be reviewing the market today. It's a little late, but still want to get this done. So, yeah, and you know, just trying my best every single day. I wish I could have. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do market recap and short form vid. I might edit the short form video in bed and then post it, but I'm trying my best, guys. You know, I wish I could just do everything every day, and it's just gonna come with time. Like I think, like I said before, I'm gonna start filming videos on the weekend. I think that's gonna help, and maybe just pushing more of my workload in general to the weekend, so it averages out the weeks to not be so much for me. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and start back testing for the day. So, right, we ended up going lower exactly as I thought that we would. Essentially, we had this low resistance liquidity run once again exactly as I thought that we would. We ended up having that RTH gap. Yo, what up, Kirk? Yeah, so we're gonna backtest what we can today. I don't have a ton of time, and obviously, guys, I wish I was perfect, but one day at a time, and we're gonna keep getting better. So, like I was saying, right, we had this low resistance liquidity. I pointed out essentially, actually, right as the market opened, actually, in the pre-market, GM Vietnam. But okay, well, let me restart what I was saying earlier. So, um, I don't. What was I saying? I It's a little later than normal, but I still want to get this done. And there's obviously, I wish I could just do market recaps every day and show from videos every day, but it's hard. And so I'm going to keep getting better with time. So with that, let's just go review the market. So we had these low resistance lows. We said that this was likely going to be a draw. We said that we rebalanced to premium of this price leg. And that essentially told me that we had a good chance to respect this 1 hour breaker is essentially what I was thinking, right? We had a 1 hour breaker right here, right? Low resistance lows. I had this all marked out. Then on the 5 minute, right, we ended up we ended up having Phoenix model at the high, right, where we have a rejection block. Actually, we could look at the 1 minute real quick. Actually, no, let's do the 5 minute, right? So we rebalanced to premium of this price leg, low resistance lows all through here. And so we knew we were going to likely move from premium of this price leg to go run those low resistance lows. So with a 1 hour breaker, we know we can take a 5 minute change in state. That was exact. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So how did I miss this? Right at 9:30. Look at this. Drag out the change in state here. This change in state, bang, 5 minute change in state. Nah, cause how did I miss this, bro? The heck? This is just proof that it's just a matter of time. Yeah, because look at that, right? Rebalance to premium, 5 minute change in state off a 1 hour breaker, right? We have SMT at these highs. Might have even been 22-minute SMT as well. This 5 minute change of state. Remember we talked about how this was right above 730? Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. So 730. Yeah, guys. Like, we're so close. I hope you guys realize how close we are to, like, insane profitability. And it's just a matter of time before, essentially, I stop messing up. That's essentially how I feel. Right? True session open, 1 hour breaker, rejection block at the highs. So this was Phoenix model, right? Let's actually make this slightly lighter. Right, you see what I'm saying? There's consequent encroachment of the breaker. So rejection block. So liquidity sweep. Rejection block takes liquidity. We end up getting SMT with ES at this high. Then another SMT with both assets. It might have been sequential. Oh my gosh. Why are the markets so perfect? No, this is crazy. If you stop, we need to stop. We need to lock in, bro. Right, 5 minute, and then 5 minute for value gap. But as always, it's so much easier in hindsight, guys. It's just, it actually kind of bugs me. Like, you know. Wow, Wednesdays I think have the cleanest price action. I'm not even gonna lie. Once again, we were in our gold block range. That was an additional confluence for this whole idea. Oh my gosh. What up? Like, every time we backtest, it's like, wow, these markets are so precise. You know what I mean? And then mark out this range, right? Sweep, liquidity sweep into the gold block partition, into the liquidity sweep partition, right? Break of structure. Then we have the fair value gap in the fair value gap partition. And it's like, it doesn't get more perfect than that. That's insane. Yeah, that's actually insane. Once again, gold block rejection block. Yeah, this is clean, right? And perfectly rebalance to equilibrium of this range, right? Perfectly. I mean, like, seriously, guys, this is cool. Like, this is so sick. So there's equilibrium. Then, yep, 5 minute rejection block, 5 minute 2022 gap, 7:30 swept, 5 minute change in state. Where was midnight today? Yeah, we were way above midnight. So we were above both our true session open and our true day open. So that was cool. Let's look for sequential SMTs because honestly, guys, I think they're one of the most powerful confluences in the market. I mean, genuinely, it's insane. And that guy is smart, bro. That guy is so smart. So, right, we ended up having, let's see. So, here's the high from 12, or from midnight until 6. The high of that range. Yo, wait, that's insane to think. The rejection block formed 2 minutes after the quarter ended. Like, it already knew that it was forming a 6-hour SMT. Wait, what? Yo, I just got chills. This is obviously this algorithm. This rejection block is obviously algorithmically generated, dude. I just got chills. What the? Rejection block, obviously algorithmically generated. And what time does it form? It forms right when Q3 starts. It's like the market knew that it was creating an SMT when it made this rejection block. Holy. So this is 6-hour SMT right here, is what I'm trying to get at, right? Sequential SMT with that rejection block high. Bro. That's insane. I mean, maybe you want to mark it out like this. I'm not going to because that's going to have to cut through everything. Oh my gosh. So 6-hour SMT. And then we're 7:30. 7:30 is right here. $7.30 high. So we need to have SMT with this high. Yup. Bro. Then we have 90-minute SMT here. Yo. Guys. This quarterly theory stuff is the truth, bro. 6-hour SMT rejection block forms. 90-minute SMT. And then $9 o'clock. No 22-minute SMT, but we do sweep out the 22-minute open. But maybe it's because we had a hidden SMT. Oh my gosh. Bro. Now it makes sense, bro. $22-minute hidden SMT. Look, with YM, right? Higher high on the bodies, lower high on the bodies. Honestly, guys, maybe I need to pay attention to bodies more. I feel like this 6-hour SMT looks kind of funky. Like it doesn't fit in. Why doesn't it fit in? Oh wait, might be SMT with YM. Wait, let's look. Honestly, let's get rid of the 6 hour SMT because I don't totally understand it. But everything else makes sense, right? 5 minute rejection block. Dang, bro. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it. Even though it's on the other side of the curve, let's keep it, right? So 5 minute gold block rejection block. Let's actually mark out the dealing range. Once again, perfectly went to midpoint of this. Perfectly induced this high. Above the 5 minute for value gap. Yeah, bro, it's all quarterly theory and gold block time and price. Oh my gosh. So, for me, now we have another SMT here. Let's actually get rid of that. Honestly, I might just make this back to dark because it looks too overwhelming for me. Yeah. Bro. And then we could have measured this move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hit perfectly. Whew. Once again, guys, 7th standard deviation. Baller. Sniper model entry. Hit perfectly. Look at how Sniper model perfectly aligns with Phoenix model. Oh my gosh. Once again, I'm targeting the 7th from now on. No more targeting the 8th, bro. There's no point. 7th, it doesn't even work a lot of the time. I mean, the 8th doesn't even work most of the time. Just target the 7th, genuinely. I mean, why does it matter? Like, 7th versus 8th, it doesn't mean that much of a difference, but from how much it works, it is a lot of a difference. It's getting chaotic, guys. How can I clean this chart up? Because it's getting chaotic. It's obviously an algorithm, bro. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna catch it. Let's just screenshot it. And then I'm gonna clean it up. Market maker sell model. Okay, guys, let's clean this up a little bit, right? Let's just get rid of that for a second. Get rid of most of this stuff. Right, I just want to show, you know, just the simple flow state trade, right? Or actually, nah, I just want to show how this is a 2022 model and you can induce this high, right? Liquidity sweep, rejection block sweeps out these highs. We actually also get a liquidity sweep of the body. I actually like this better, right? Liquidity sweep with SMT into the rejection block. Nope, not that. Yeah, so liquidity sweep into the rejection block. And once again, we had the SMT at that high. See, now it's starting to look a little bit more clean, right? Manipulation into the rejection block. You see this? AMD. You see the AMD? Accumulation. And honestly, guys, I might just leave it at this for today. I don't think I'm going to go back test a ton of trades because, I don't know, I probably need to go to bed because I want to actually try and trade well tomorrow, so. SMT into the rejection block, the liquidity sweep here, break of structure. We have that 2022 gold block for value gap. You can put a limit order to induce this high at the top of the 2022 gap. Wait, do we have a volume bounce above the 2022 gap? Holy, wait, do we? Maybe we have an end dog or something. Wait, let's go to the 1 minute chart. Look for a volume imbalance above the 2022 gap, guys. If there is one, that's where we enter. Right here. Bro! Yo! Yo! No way, bro. Would you look at that, bro? Would you look at that? That's where we enter, bro. Look for volume balance above the 2022 gap, bro. That's it. That's all you need. That's going to print you millions. Millions. You literally have stop loss at this swing high here. And this is a 2800 level trade right here, bro. That's a 2800 level trade. That is like, that's a perfect trade. I don't even know, maybe not 2800, but that's probably like a 2500 level trade, bro. Oh my. See, you remember the other trade? We were like, oh, this is like entering like this. Nah, that's some wizard type crap, bro. That's if you do this live, you're a wizard, bro. People will look at you and be like genuinely freaked out. Could you imagine doing this live? I'm gonna do it live one day, bro. I mean, I don't think it's that hard, bro. You find the 2022 gap, find a volume bounce above it. Put a limit order there. Target the 7th standard deviation of the model. That's it. I do not think this is that hard. I mean, obviously it's hard, but like, you know, it's doable is what I'm trying to say. Just find the volume balance above the 2022 gap, frame the model, and then enter. I mean, I don't know. That just makes sense to me. We need a name for this model, bro. We need a name for this model. Maybe like honestly, I want to call this Venom model, even though I know it's not an actual name. And then yeah, I'd put stop there. Could you imagine I take this trade? Nah, because people would be like, people probably be freaked out if I took this. We need to make a new name for this trade. This is gonna be anytime you have a volume balance above a 2022 gap, this is gonna be I don't know, bro. I need a name for it, though. I think we name it, I want to call it the Venom model, bro. Maybe I'll just call it the Venom model. Because volume balance, Venom, you know what I mean? It has a V. The Venom model. Bro, I want to call it the Venom model. I know Ice-T has his own Venom model, but like this is going to be my Venom model. Because volume balance, Venom. I don't know. Let's ask ChatGPT. Well, I've noticed, Kirk, it's not a new observation. I've noticed that the volume balance above a 2022 gap is going to be sensitive. I have noticed that for a long time now. And so it's a point where let's just make it a model, right? Enter at the volume balance above a 2022 gap, tight stop loss, right? At the most nearest swing high, because you don't need that. You hardly need any stop loss with this model. Let's ask ChatGPT. The Vulture model. Bro, I like it. I think the Vulture model. That might be it, bro. The Vulture model, because it starts with a V. What does even a vulture look like? Wait, oh, vulture. If a vulture looks cool, I'll call it that. I feel like vulture works because isn't vultures like they circle above, waiting to attack? I want to learn about vultures. Is it true that they fly around circling and then attack from the sky? Oh, dang it. Are there any animals that do that? Oh, we're not calling it the eagle model, bro. I don't want to call it the falcon either. Kamikaze. I feel like we could still call it the vulture model. Alright, perfect. We're gonna call it the vulture model. We're gonna call it the vulture model, bro. Kirk, this is a historic day, bro. Me and you, we're gonna remember this day for a long, long time, bro. Vulture model is gonna be one of the craziest models we've ever came up with, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. This is one of the most powerful concepts, guys. Anytime you have bro, vulture model, dude. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But guys, this is an insanely powerful model. Volume balance above a 2022 gap with a tight stop above the nearest swing high. Dude, Dodgy's gonna have to hand over. Dodgy, I have to. Dodgy. Those girls, they might not be hanging out with Dodgy anymore. That's all I'm saying. I'm just messing, bro. I'm kidding. Dodgy can have his girls. All right, dude. This is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Vulture model is actually crazy. And I'll show you why. I've seen this occur in price action like so many times. Vulture model. Bro. Check this out, right? I think I'm going to be done for the day. I think this is a good stopping point. I know there's obviously more we could look at, but guys, I got to get ready to go to bed so I can wake up and hit the markets again tomorrow. And repeat that every day till the end of time and never stop, because guess what? What matters is consistency, nothing else. But like you'll note this happens so much, guys. The vulture model happens so much. Like, do you guys remember we had this 2022 model where we swept out the high? We broke structure. And then we had this displacement leg, you know, from here to here. And then we had the 2022 gap. Guess what was at the top of the gap, right? I'm pretty sure this was. I could be wrong, actually. I could be totally wrong. I'm actually just guessing because but I know for sure it happened somewhere else. But I think that it happened here too. Check gold for buy. No, I'm not. I'm not looking at gold right now. Well, let's just go on the lower time frame and see. Let's just go on the lower time frame and see. Was there a volume balance down there? Because I don't know. I don't know. Right? But if there was, that'd be crazy. Let's just look through this price action, right? Is there a volume balance? Right there, bro. Right there. I'm actually nervous, bro. If this ends up being the high, I'm gonna freak out. Holy crap! No way, bro! Oh my gosh. What? 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 No way! Yo! Kirk, are you still here? Dude, Vulture model's insane! Vulture model's insane, bro! Bro, all we need ever is Vulture model, bro. Holy. You gotta admit, that's crazy precision. Crazy. FA. ICT concepts don't work, they're dumb. Bro, shut up. Shut up. Dude, I've had it with FA, bro. I don't even know, like, FA, he trades ICT concepts with pin bars. He doesn't even realize it, because it's just a, you know, it's an inversion for VIGAP, it's a rejection block. Alright, guys, I think that's where we gotta leave it for today's stream, bro. I think we gotta leave it there. I think we gotta leave it there, man. That's insane. That's insane. This isn't the only time this has happened, by the way. I didn't even know that was gonna happen. But the other thing I was gonna show you, this isn't the only time this happened. Vulture model, bro. We gotta get an image of a vulture. Wait, can we? Oh my gosh, dude. Maybe we need it. Dang, bro. Now I want to make a market recap because that is really cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. That's crazy. And I wonder if we went to an RTH gap too. We did. Bro, the secret is just find an entry, target an RTH gap. That's the secret. Entry to RTH gap. Do that over and over again. Entry to RTH gap. Entry to RTH gap. Bang, 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 bang. You are printing money, bro. Entry to RTH gap. And just do that. Infinite over and over. Dude, Kirk, we are so close, man. We are so close. Okay. Did ChatGPT generate that image? Maybe I will make a market recap tonight. This is... Nah, I won't. I have to get to bed. But this is so sick. The vulture model, bro. That's so sick. Alright. That's crazy. All right, guys. I think we're gonna end the end. Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah, I think we're gonna end the stream here. Crazy stuff, guys. Crazy stuff. Can't believe we just found that out on stream. I mean, I already knew that volume balances past 2022 gaps were good, but now we got a model for it. Now we got a model for it. All right, 3 watching. Jolly, I did not take that. Alright, guys, let's just end the stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow to lock in, to hopefully take some good trades. And with that, appreciate you guys.